Hello, what's up guys? I'm Kyle from KGR, and people ask me from time to time, should I start a YouTube channel? How do I get big on YouTube? Other questions like that. And when people ask me that, the best answer I have is, why are you asking me? I'm not a successful channel. The point is, people ask me stuff, but there's something I never really tell them too often, and it's probably one of my most important stories that I should share to YouTube. If you're gonna be any type of influencer, whether it be on YouTube, Twitch, TikTok for as long as that lasts, Instagram, what have you, if you're gonna be some type of influencer, there are some risks. Now, before I go too deep into my story, I should probably give you a little bit of context on what's happening before this whole story happens. Now, before I had, my iPhone, before iPhones were really popular and all that stuff, I had a slide phone, and because I was also poor, still am poor, but when I was super poor, I had to be on a track phone, like a prepaid service. So you paid for minutes and texts and all that jazz. So at this time, I couldn't afford to text all too much. So eventually, over time, after I graduated high school, I scrapped up enough money to buy myself a used iPod Touch, because I couldn't afford an iPhone. So I had an iPod and a slide phone. So on my iPod, I had a text-free app. But there's a lot of apps like that, but this one in particular allowed you to keep the same number. So someone could save that to their contacts, make that a consistent number, so you could text them as long as you want, and then watch ads to earn minutes. And it was honestly pretty genius for them, to be honest. But anyway, that was how I used to text people and sometimes call people, because I was always at the house. I was always around Wi-Fi. I hardly used my other number. My track phone number I mainly kept for my parents in case I had an emergency or something like that. So eventually, over time, I got more money. Then I upgraded to Straight Talk and got an actual iPhone. I think I started with an iPhone 4S or something like that. But point is, I got more iPhones since then. And I was trying to transition away from the app number. So when people would text me or call me or anything like that, I would let them know saying, hey, this is my real number. I would give them my actual track phone, but now Straight Talk and now eventually Verizon. I'll give them that number and say, hey, this is my real number now. Talk to that, get rid of this number. And the app would eventually delete your number for good. It will delete your account if you don't use it for so long. And that's what I was waiting for, but eventually everybody would text that number one way or another. So that's the context. That's what you gotta know. So, to the real story at hand. So, the one night I was out playing Pokemon Go with my friend Ethan. You've probably seen him if you've been on the channel for a while. We did Smash Brothers videos together, and I forget what other videos we did. It was probably mostly Smash. So yeah, we walked in town with his brother. We were all playing Pokemon Go really late. It was probably 8 or 9 o'clock or so. And I get a phone call from the app number, and I'm like, who's calling me? There's a number I don't know. So I'm like, answer it. Why not? So I answer it, and it's an angry dad. The angry dad, I can't remember exactly what he said, but I'm pretty confident he called me a sicko, and I think he asked me if I like talking to little boys. I was very confused. Me and Ethan and his brother, we were laughing. We're like, what's happening? I don't understand what's going on here. So then I think he also mentioned about me putting my number in a chat, maybe in Roblox or something. I don't think he said the game, but pretty much some type of chat. So I'm just gonna assume Roblox. So then, that's when it clicked. Of course, the dad is very, very angry. And then after he starts to slow down and calm down a little bit, as he's yelling at me, and after it finally clicked, I explained to him. At this time, this happened years ago, so I was even smaller than what I am currently. So you don't have to be a big YouTuber for this to happen to you. So I was only a couple of thousand subscribers. So I told him, I guess somebody found out my number, and I do YouTube, and I guess someone is just trying to troll me, someone is trying to get at me, and trying to mess with me. And I think I told him I don't give away my number like that. And then I think I told him I don't give away my number like that. Somehow somebody found out about it, and I don't know what happened. Point is, it's not really me trying to mess with people. And then the dad completely understood, calmed down, and then apologized to me. But I told him he had no need to apologize. He's looking out for his kid, and I commend him for that. Because there's some parents that just let technology just be their babysitters. To be honest, My mom's, I want to say a little bit guilty of that, but she played the games with me, and my games weren't online, ever. Whenever she'd watch me play games, it was all like Crash Bandicoot, Sonic, Mario, something that is single player for the most part. No online, no internet. Back in my day. In fact, my brother doesn't really like the fact that my niece plays Roblox because there's people chatting and stuff. Like, he feels very unsafe about that, and to be honest, I don't blame him. I'd feel the exact same way. And of course, there's also been times where my address was leaked into my chat when I was streaming. Even a girlfriend I was dating at the time, her address was leaked into my chat. So, yeah, there's a risk of your precious information getting out there. Like, my moral of the story is, yeah, there is a real risk. Like, you don't have to be a big YouTuber with 100,000 subscribers or 1 million subscribers to have your information be leaked out there and possibly get swatted or pizzas delivered to your house. I don't know. Point is, it's a huge risk. There are YouTubers out there that have people meet them at their houses. It's not cool. We don't want that. Personally, I've met some of my viewers in real life. Like, when I was working at a video game stand, a little kid recognized me. When I walked into a GameStop, the employee there recognized me. Hey Bryce, how you doing? And even when I went to Too Many Games, I had a couple of my viewers recognize me. Hey Brandon, Max, Ethan, and another Bryce, how y'all doing? Like, yeah, like, getting people to recognize you in public, that's awesome. Especially when you're a really small channel. But thankfully, since I'm a small channel, like, having my number leaked didn't really impact me too much, or my address leaked didn't affect me too much. But if you're a kid or something like that, or I don't know, if you're someone who does not take things on the internet too well, aka my cousin, anything that happens to him negative on a social media platform, he'll just delete it. Yet he wants to do YouTube. I feel like something like this is going to happen to him, and he's not going to really know how to react. To be honest, I didn't know how to really react either. When the number thing happened, I'm like, oh, this is a fake number. This is not going to really affect me all that much, I don't think. But when my address started getting leaked, that's when things should have got scary, but I knew no one was going to show up at my house. But you never know. So, do I recommend doing YouTube? Do I recommend staying away from YouTube or doing any social media thing? No, if you want to be creative, do it. But just know, there is a risk. It doesn't matter your size of your channel, someone will possibly be out there to get you. Your information can get released out there, and someone's gonna find a way to manipulate it and make you look bad or try to mess with you one way or another. But that's all I really have to say. Let me know in the comments, did this story help you at all? I don't know, let me know what you think of the story. And if you're new and you like what you saw, you know what to do. In the description, there's my social medias. Also, I do live streams, so if you want to chat with me, by all means, hit me up in the chat. And thank you all for watching. I love you guys, and I'll see you on the next one. So, peace, peace.